brothers in Christ. Welcome to the first virtual Night of Hope here in the Diocese of Phoenix. I am so happy you've chosen to take time out of your day to spend with us. Thank you. I'd like to open with a prayer. Since our diocese is dedicated to Our Lady Guadalupe, I'd like to pray the Hail Mary. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Since we started Night of Hope years ago, it has always been our intent to celebrate Catholic schools and to tell the story of how Catholic education has provided real opportunity in the lives of our children. The Night of Hope has been critical to raising money for emergency tuition assistance to help our students when life brings challenges and hardships to their families. 2020 has been no exception, and this year we have seen our community, country, and world all affected by the pandemic. Tonight is our opportunity to respond with Jesus' love to this global challenge by making an impact in the lives of people right here in our community. To help us lead this evening, I would like to invite Ryan Watson, our principal at St. Francis Xavier Jesuit Catholic Elementary School, to start us off. Ryan?
Thank you, Bishop. We look forward to seeing you again in just a few moments. I'd like to welcome everyone out there, whether you're at your home, a place of business, a restaurant, a park on this beautiful November evening. Welcome to our Night of Hope. My name is Ryan Watson. I'm so blessed to serve as the principal at St. Francis Xavier Jesuit Catholic School in Phoenix. Quick shout out to everyone at SFX, but to everyone out here, regardless of school or parish, we're happy to have you here tonight. It's truly a blessing to be here. A little bit about me. I'm from the Bluegrass State, born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky, where I really had the good fortune and a blessing to be educated in Catholic schools from kindergarten through 12th grade. I'm a 2002 graduate from St. Xavier High School in Louisville, Kentucky. And from the moment I moved out to Phoenix in 2006, I immediately felt the connection of the Diocese of Phoenix. I even met my wife through Catholic education, my beautiful wife, Chelsea, who's a former first grade teacher at St. Teresa. We truly call the Diocese of Phoenix our home. I can tell you that serving as principal in one of our great Catholic schools here in the diocese, it is truly an honor and a blessing to watch our children grow. And again, it's in true partnership with families that we are able to make those connections and truly form disciples of Christ. I think it's also important to note that just the things that we get to see each and every day on our own school campuses, and how Christ is woven into all of our subject matters, the fact that we can go to Mass together, the fact that we have sacramental preparation together, all of these things continue to build our community and our world to be a better place. Unfortunately, those same kids that we love and care for undergo some pretty difficult circumstances, whether it be the death of a loved one, a parent who's lost their job. We know, especially in this time, there can be some really difficult economic situations that come across our kids and our families' plates. And I think it's really important to know, families, and for all of you who are watching, that our kids struggle with that. They really do. They struggle understanding that their parents are working really hard and making sacrifices to send them to Catholic schools. And so we want to make sure that we can ease that burden. And that's what a night like tonight is all about, trying to continue to put our best foot forward to support Catholic education. I'd like to now introduce to you three colleagues from across the diocese: Melissa Pena, Christine Tax, and Maggie McCleary. They have a video for you, and I'd really like for you to hear how they connect to their families and the great need that exists across the board in our diocese. Enjoy.
Love thy neighbor. As Pope Francis has said, serving with love and tenderness those who are in need help us to grow in humanity.
The Night of Hope emergency funds have been critical to our school. When a family is hurting, our school is hurting. And so we're walking through that with them.
We're seeing more families that need assistance from Night of Hope because of household incomes that had two in the past and now have decreased to one.
COVID-19 has hit everybody very hard. So we have many families who are hopeful and waiting to see if they will receive these funds because they won't be able to afford Catholic education without it.
We try our best not to lose anyone for financial reasons. So even though they're experiencing this hardship, there's always a way to help families out.
Many of our families are here on scholarships, and they never thought their kids could have a Catholic education. And so when they hit these crises, we want to be there and help them, support them in any way we can. We know they have scholarships, but sometimes they don't have enough. And we give them that solid confidence that we're on their side, we're here to support them.
We have a mission here at St. Agnes, and that is to make Catholic education accessible, attainable, and affordable.
Catholic education is the whole package. It's our faith, our academic, and our social emotional environment.
We are a huge Catholic-based family, and we always have to be there for one another.
I think community is one of the founding pillars of Catholic schools, and it's founded in faith. That is something that you cannot replicate anywhere else.
The support Night of Hope gives us is unsurmountable. There's no words I can say that how needed it is.
Being able to have Night of Hope and the funds that we do receive from Night of Hope is really a blessing for all these families.
We try to help deal with our families as best we can when those situations arise. Night of Hope is their hope.
2020 has been quite a year, to say the least. And I can tell you firsthand, as a principal in this great diocese, that the words from Melissa and Christine and Maggie resonate so deeply, not only with me, but with all Catholic educators, with parents, and with our students. I think that video does such a great job of truly articulating the great need that exists to support all of our students in Catholic education, to make sure that we're able to live out the mission of our Catholic schools, truly forming disciples of Christ in partnership with our parents. In March, when everything really took a very quick turn, we had to turn our live classrooms into virtual and distance learning centers almost overnight. If it weren't for the great effort from our faculty, our staff, our parents, and our volunteers, and of course our students having the very best attitudes and truly being open to growth, none of this would have been possible. And so I'm just so impressed and proud of everyone in our diocese and how well they've hung in there together. We have great leadership in this diocese with Bishop Olmsted and with our interim superintendent, Mr. Dominic Salce. I've had the opportunity to get to know Dominic over the last couple of years, and I can tell you that his heart is truly focused on the well-being and the formation of all of our students in all of our schools. So without further ado, Dominic, welcome to tonight.
Thanks, Ryan. We couldn't have our Catholic schools, of course, if it weren't for you, for our fellow principals, and the hundreds of faculty and staff who teach and support our students every day.
Dominic, we love it. And we're so blessed and honored to be able to serve in the role that we do. I can tell you that it's a blessing to not only be here tonight, but to serve in this great diocese. Dominic, it's really important, that tonight, of course, it's all focused on our students. They truly are the reason we're here, and they inspire us. And so can you just kind of give us a high-level view of what tonight represents?
Let's talk a little bit about that financial assistance that's out there. So there are some resources that, of course, our Catholic school families rely on. One of probably the most fundamental is the tax credit organizations, or STOs as we call them. And a major partner for our Catholic schools office and our Catholic schools is the Catholic Education Arizona. They are a fantastic organization that really focus their efforts. Anybody in the state of Arizona that pays taxes can contribute to CEA or any of the tax credit organizations. But CEA really does help us specifically with our Catholic schools. Just last year, $18 million went to support families. And that's probably about 5,800 families that were assisted through the CEA efforts. That's about 40% of our total population in the diocese. So we rely on CEA greatly, and we thank them for their support. There are, of course, other STOs out there, so families are encouraged to look at the vast array of opportunities in the STO area to help them with tuition assistance. Now, along with our STOs, we rely on some special scholarships that organizations provide us. A couple of those, CCF, or Catholic Community Foundation, they have provided a number of scholarships over the years to help our students, mainly 8th grade students, moving into the Catholic high schools. So they've supported our students well over the years, for many, many years in the past. There's a newer scholarship out there called the Bruce and Diane Halle Guardian Angel Fund. Talk about guardian angels. They've helped over 500 students over the last 2 years with families who may not necessarily qualify for STO dollars, but need those funds to help support them in Catholic education. And of course, we can't forget our own diocesan charity and development appeal. $1.6 million annually goes to assist families in our schools to help with tuition expenses. So that's another great resources that we have available to all of our families. Now, these are all terrific and needed, and we are extremely grateful for these resources. But what we find is there's still much needed, and there's gaps out there. Even with all this help, there's still about $18 million of unmet need right now in the diocese. Generally, between the families and schools, we try our best to figure out on our own how to help these children and deal with those financial obligations. But many times there's just not enough funding available to help families who generally have a solid financial plan, but then find themselves overwhelmed by emergency circumstances and now are struggling to be able to afford tuition. That is why Night of Hope exists.
Dominic, any final remarks for this segment?
Ryan, I just want to thank you and give a special thank you to all who are watching tonight. And I invite you to join me and hundreds of others to help our Catholic schools.
Our Catholic schools are blessed to have Dominic and all the team in the Catholic schools office here in Phoenix. With that said, I'm really excited and honored to introduce to you our next guest, Bishop Olmsted. Bishop Olmsted has been in the Diocese of Phoenix since 2003 and is the 4th bishop of our diocese. Since he has been here, so many of us have been impacted and inspired by his authentic and true leadership. Bishop, I would like to welcome you.
Thank you, Ryan. Very good to be with you and with all those joining us this evening.
It's great to see you, Bishop Olmsted. And first and foremost, Bishop, I have to tell you, in my 11 years of the diocese, I've been so inspired and impressed that not only do you really make intentional effort to connect to all of the parishes of our diocese, but also the Catholic schools. You've always made Catholic education a priority. And for me, being a principal, I know I speak for all my companions in the diocese that we are so grateful for your leadership and for your intentional effort to make Catholic schools a priority. So, Bishop, my first question is, did you attend Catholic school growing up?
Well, I attended Catholic schools for 11 years, 7 of those with the Jesuits, but I was a late starter. So it was after high school, when I entered seminary, that I actually had all of those years of Catholic education. But I certainly am so grateful for Catholic education. And of course, that begins in the home with the parents. And that was the great blessing in my life, that I always had that for me. But I also see, especially in the church today, the great need for Catholic schools. And I'm so grateful to you and for all of our leaders, all of our principals, for the great work that you do.
That's great, Bishop Olmsted. Why do you feel Catholic schools are so vital to our greater community?
Well, they're vital because without Christ, we have a great poverty. If we don't know him, if we haven't encountered him, if he doesn't have like a personal impact in our lives, something is really missing. And so a Catholic school is where we encounter Christ and where others who love him and believe in him also encounter Christ. So that would be the primary reason that I really want to have Catholic schools.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, Bishop, growing up, we often heard that Catholic education was only for the wealthy. Is that true here in our diocese?
No, there may have been times in history where that was true, but certainly at the present time, our Catholic schools serve many who are are not able to have an education if it wasn't provided by the church and if there were not some really generous benefactors and donors. And another key to providing Catholic education is the close link we have between our schools and our parishes. It's when we get the idea that it's only parents who carry the burden of educating their children, that's a false notion. We're a community, we're a family, and we help one another to achieve those most important goals in our lives.
You know, Bishop, my next question has to deal with COVID-19, and we've all been impacted significantly. And so, how are our schools be able to help families who have really felt the financial impact from this pandemic?
Yeah, well, my heart goes out to our parents and our families. They faced a lot of challenges, as of course the rest of us have too, but just when you think back to last March, when all of a sudden children were at home rather than in schools, and all the adjustments that had to be made, I'm just amazed at that. And I know that a number of our parents also are struggling now because maybe one of them lost a job or there's some other impact that's happened because of COVID that makes it very difficult for them to make all the sacrifices needed to provide education for their children in our Catholic schools.
And Bishop, what would you say to parents right now who are struggling or their students are struggling spiritually and emotionally as well due to the pandemic?
Well, this is why we really need Catholic schools. We find that power, that strength, that inspiration from our relationship with God. And we find that in our relationships with others who believe in God and who gratefully embrace their faith. So the discovery of it happens in the community. Every Catholic school is a community of scholars, even if the scholars are only in second grade. They're studying, that they're coming to learn the great truths that have been handed down in the society and also handed down within the church. And so it's in that context of a community, of families finding support from teachers and teachers working close with families that real Catholic education takes place and benefits everyone.
Bishop, what do you think it will take to continue to be strong and grow?
Well, we'll have to keep Christ at the center, of course. He's the way, the truth, and the life, and all of those things are represented in a Catholic school. He's the way that we discover who God is and discover others made in his image. And he's the truth. Truth finds its fullness in a person, not just in a library. And it's in the Catholic school that we find connections with others, with our families, the connection between families and the parish, the connection between families and the school and the teachers. So all of that together allows us to have places that really enrich the family, that strengthen parents, that make them feel they're not working alone in this, and that are places where God's goodness and grace is very much at work.
Bishop, I can tell you, as I said in the beginning, truly, I know I speak for my companions and everyone in the diocese, educators, students. We're so grateful for your leadership. Is there anything that you would like to add? Any final thoughts for this segment?
Well, I'd just like to say how grateful I am for our Catholic schools, for our pastors and our teachers and principals and all. We're so blessed to have them. We're also blessed to have all the supporters and those who make great contributions for our schools to remain strong. In a particular way, I would like to thank Catholic Education Arizona, the Virginia Piper Trust, the Diane and Bruce Halle Foundation, Catholic Community Foundation, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, the Rectorman Family Trust, and Catholic Cemeteries. These and countless other businesses and vendors and families, so many of you make it possible for us to have good, strong Catholic schools. My thanks to you all.
Thank you, Bishop.
Good, thank you, Ryan. My thanks also to all of those donors who have stepped up. My thanks to parents, to families, to teachers, to pastors, for all the adjustments you've made during the pandemic, coming together for our kids. And I want to invite all of you to consider supporting this evening with a gift that can make a real impact in the lives of our children. We can't forget that need that's there. We do our best when we work together. That's how we make a difference.
At the heart of tonight is our students. Night of Hope is all about helping our students and families that need additional support. I'd like to share with you a story about the Navarete family. Now, I know the Navarete family pretty well, especially Sandra, the oldest daughter. Sandra was a product of Catholic education here in the Diocese of Phoenix, where she attended St. John Vianney for elementary school, Bourgade Catholic for high school, and then went on in her college years to the University of Mary. She felt so inspired and truly connected to her Catholic faith and education that she came back to Phoenix and is now a teacher at Bourgade Catholic, where she teaches biology and anatomy and physiology. Lorenzo has 6 children: Sandra, who I just mentioned, Rebecca, Lorenzo Anthony, Gabriella, Joaquin, and Isabel. They understand the importance of living their faith every day and are proud members of St. John Vianney Catholic Parish in Goodyear. Your support has made the gift and the dream of a Catholic education a reality to incredible families like the Navarete family. I invite you now to enjoy a short video so you can get to know them a little bit better and really understand how your support goes so far.
La educación católica para mí es lo más importante. Yo crecí siendo católico también. Sé lo que es la escuela católica. La escuela católica tiene lo mejor que puedo yo pedir, que es la mejor educación en conjunto con mis creencias religiosas, que es la religión católica. Eso es lo que pienso yo, que es uno hace los valores de una persona.
A Catholic education has been really important to me. I have made a lot of great relationships with either friends or teachers in my time at Bourgade or SJV, and I still have some of them to this day. And I think it made me the person that I am today and really shaped me to become a better person.
I think that Catholic education has ingrained in me what was already there. It just helped me decide what I want to do and who I want to become in life.
Para mí es sumamente importante recibir las becas para mis niños. Yo tengo una familia muy grande y gracias a la aportación de las becas, mis niños han podido ir a las escuelas católicas donde podemos o pueden seguir una enseñanza buena, no exactamente diría buena, diría excelente, con la religión y los valores que nos da la Iglesia Católica.
I like the teachers and my friends and how I get to learn about my subjects and be embracing the Catholic faith.
Catholic education has played such an important role in my life. I've been going there since I've been going to school, and I haven't been out of it, and I choose to still keep going on with my Catholic faith even to college.
Bourgade really did prepare me. The material we were learning, I had learned most of it, and it made things so much easier for when I transitioned into college.
I think it's important for people to support a Catholic education because I think there's something special about a Catholic education. It's deeper than just getting the kid to the next grade. It's about seeing who they are, meeting them where they're at, and helping them form these paths that will make them successful. And I think that's something that's very unique to the Catholic school, and you find it so abundantly in the Catholic schools.
I now want to share with you some really exciting news. Actually, 2 pieces of exciting news. First, this year the Diocese of Phoenix has taken an extra step to support the Night of Hope and has established a new fund providing immediate tuition assistance to families all year long. We are calling it Catholic School Support 365. The idea behind this fund is that we can all raise money all year long to have monies available to help families that find themselves in need of immediate tuition support. Now, the need is huge, but this fund will work to address those needs. We are hoping to sustain this fund by inviting every Catholic to participate in becoming a monthly giver. I'll talk more about monthly giving in a moment. So, great news about Catholic School Support 365. The second piece of amazing news is we have a group of people and organizations who have stepped up to help fund this initiative being launched at Night of Hope. Every year, Night of Hope has honored a person or group of people that exemplify what it means to support Catholic education, that profoundly impacts our schools. We call them our Guardians of Hope. The name reflects exactly who they are to our schools, the protectors and caretakers of the Catholic schools in our diocese. Oftentimes being the quiet leaders, seeking no attention, but working tirelessly to help the Catholic Church. It gives me great pleasure to announce 2020's Guardians of Hope recipients. Diane and Bruce Halle Foundation. Catholic Education, Arizona. Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The Virginia G. Piper Charitable Trust. Grand Canyon University. And Don and Jane Huizenga family. These 6 amazing leaders have come together to give $230,000 to the Night of Hope as a matching gift to challenge all of us to match their gifts over the next 30 days. Wow! Yes, you heard it correctly, but let me say that one more time. That is $230,000 to the Night of Hope as a matching gift to challenge all of us for the next 30 days. This is truly remarkable. In the history of Night of Hope, we've never had so many people come together to give a gift of this size to match. Unbelievable. You know, just a note on these groups, they are no stranger to helping our schools. The Diane and Bruce Halle Foundation and Virginia G. Piper Charitable Trust recently participated in the Together, Let Us Go Forth campaign, helping schools all across our diocese, and the newly constructed St. John Paul II High School. Catholic Education Arizona works tirelessly all year helping our schools. Most recently, they organized a fundraiser with other businesses and organizations to raise over $100,000 for technology to help families without a computer device for online learning. Notre Dame Federal Credit Union helped nearly 31 of our parishes and schools and is currently working with another 20 of them financially to make sure they have access to lending and strategic consulting. Grand Canyon University works all year with our high schools and has been a special partner with the Night of Hope for years. They are responsible for writing, filming, and producing the 2 terrific videos that you just saw a few moments ago. And of course, the Huizenga family. They have been extraordinarily generous to Catholic schools, the Charity and Development Appeal, and our TV Mass during this pandemic. They quietly lead with generosity, and they truly love our Catholic Church. How blessed we are to have all of them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But my friends, now it's our turn. Many of you have been very generous in years past with the Night of Hope, and for some, this might be your first time. You have heard from our superintendent, our principals, our teachers, our bishop, and the Navarete family. The story is the same. We need your help. You are the difference. It doesn't have to be extraordinary, but collectively, we can make a serious impact. This year, through Catholic Education Support 365, for the first time, we are offering this online. We would like to invite you to consider becoming a monthly giver. $10, $25, $50, $100, $500, or $1,000 monthly can make a tremendous impact in the lives of our students that need it the most. In past years at Night of Hope, we have raised money at this event, and what we raise, we use as soon as we collect it. Oftentimes completely used by the end of December. But then comes January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. You get the point. The money is gone, but the need is still there. Through your monthly giving, we will always be working to raise monies each year that we can budget and carry over from year to year so we can always have resources to best support our families. So again, it doesn't take an incredibly large gift, although those are always welcome, but it does take all of us. Some of you may be thinking, I just want to give one time. That's okay. You can do that. Now, we have to work hard to achieve this match together. So, all of you that give monthly, we will count 12 months of your gift towards the match when we make your gift. So, think about this. Let's say you decide to give $25 monthly. Then we will count $25 times 12, which equals $300, towards the $230,000 match. Even though you'll be giving monthly and we haven't received the full 12 months, we will still count the 12 months worth of giving towards that match. All right, let's do this together right now. I'm very excited to introduce to you two of our outstanding seniors in our diocesan schools who are going to help us go through this process right now. We have David, who is a senior at Seton Catholic Preparatory, and Vivian, who is a senior at Borgate Catholic High School. David and Vivian, how are you all doing tonight?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. David, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, Mr. Watson. Thank you for asking.
That's great, guys. That's great. Before we get started, I have a quick question for you. Have you ever given online before?
I do a lot of online shopping.
Oh, nice, Vivian. Okay. I'm sure your parents maybe aren't too thrilled about that, but nonetheless, we will move forward. That's great. Well, I think that this would be a great time, Vivian, and we'll start with you to actually demonstrate to the audience what a monthly gift would look like.
Yeah, no problem. I will totally show you guys how to do that. So to do a monthly donation, all you have to do is go to dphx.org/donate. And then right there, you're going to see a button that says Catholic School Support 365, and you're just going to press the donate online. From there, it'll take you to a page where you can make your monthly gift to support the Catholic schools. You'll select your monthly gift amount, for example, let's say $250. And then you will select the day on which you will be gifting each month. So you can either do it on the 1st of each month or on the 15th of each month. So if you were to make a donation tonight, your first gift would be on November 15th or on December 1st. From there, you will go and put on all of your information, and then you're going to include your email. The email is super important because that is where you will get your monthly receipt, letting you know that your payment has gone through. You're going to put in all of your payment information, and then there's a big blue box where you can say to make your gift. You press that, and then you're all good to go.
Wow, Vivian. Okay, that is extremely well done in your explanation. You make Borgate Catholic proud. You make your teachers and parents proud as well, for sure.
Thank you so much.
So, David, what about a one-time gift? Could you help walk us through a one-time gift and on a mobile device?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got my mobile device right here. And the first thing we need to do is head down to dphx.org/donate. And once we're on that page, we're going to scroll down. And when you see the Catholic School Support 365, we're going to click that donate online. And once we're on that new page, there's a little statement with a little arrow pointing at it, and it's in red text, and it says, I'd like to make a one-time gift. So we're going to click that today. And once we're on that next page, it's all just filling out. So me, I love my Catholic school so much, I think I'm going to donate $5,000 this time. And then after that, all I got to do is fill out my billing address, put in my payment details, and then click the big blue box at the bottom that says make your gift. And after that, you're going to get an email receipt right away. And after that, you're all done and you're all good to go.
Wow. David, similar to Vivian, you make Sentinel Nation proud, sir. Great job. That was a really, really nice job explaining that. Would the two of you like to jump in and really just connect to our audience for a moment and to all those that are considering giving to 365 and And what message do you have to them tonight?
Yeah, I'll start. I just want to thank everyone for even considering giving to such a worthy cause. I know that Catholic schools have made such an impact on my life personally, and it wouldn't be possible without any of you guys and all the donations that you make. I mean, things happen all the time, and just like you guys donating really does help. And I just wanted to thank everybody.
Well, I would also just like to say that your gift does count. Regardless of the size, when you give, you are helping students like me. In some ways, that's pretty awesome that you're making a difference in people's lives and you will never even meet that person. So please, please, please consider making a gift. It will be used in a way that makes a real difference in the lives of one of our own Catholic school families. So again, I can't thank all of you guys enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So before we wrap up, Vivian and David, can you just tell us a little bit about maybe what your next step is on your academic career? So Vivian, do you want to start?
Yeah, next year I will be going to Pacific University in Forest Grove, Oregon, and I will be running track and field there as well.
That's great. That's great. David?
For me, I got a brother and sister up in Spokane, Washington, and I'm looking to follow in their steps by attending Gonzaga University. So I'm really excited for the future.
Absolutely, as you both should be. And I know that there's so many students in the diocese in a similar position, going on to do great things and taking their Catholic values with them. So Vivian and David, again, thanks for taking time to be here with us tonight. God bless you and good luck on the rest of your senior years.
Thank you so much.
You have a good one, Mr. Watson.
Have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, guys. You too. Take care. My friends, we can do this. We can support Catholic Schools 365. Your gifts make a difference. And remember, they'll be matched up to $230,000 over the next 30 days. So we need your help in a timely manner. Remember, your monthly gift will be counted for the full 12 months. A $10 monthly gift will be counted as $120. A $100 monthly gift will be counted as $1,200. We can do this. As we prepare to end this evening, I would like to share with you something special that is a great reminder of why we're all here tonight. Please enjoy this 2-minute video.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support. Gracias por tu apoyo. Thank you, Night of Hope.
Thank you for helping us reach our goal of college in heaven.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you for all your help and support. It's been meaningful in a very impactful way.
It gives me the opportunity to live out my faith every day at school.
You help provide my classmates and I with a better Catholic education.
It allows me to grow as a person at Brophy.
Thank you. I'm thankful that I'm going to college in 2032.
The education I will receive will help me become smarter than my parents.
Thank you all for your generosity.
Thank you.
I am becoming stronger in my faith and academics.
Gracias.
Your kindness has allowed me to attend Seton Catholic Prep.
Thank you for your donations and prayers. It helps us learn more about Jesus.
I appreciate your generosity.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your kindness has allowed me to attend Seton Catholic Preparatory.
Thank you.
I'm thankful for your support to Catholic schools.
I'm surrounded by a faith-filled community.
I'm so grateful to be a part of such a loving community, so thank you.
Thanks for giving us your hope. Bye.
So many smiles. That's what stands out to me of that video. From our youngest students to our oldest students. You see the smiles. You see the happiness. You see the friendships. And really, you see the gratitude. An attitude of gratitude. Again, from our youngest to our oldest, they are so appreciative for the gift of a Catholic education. They're so appreciative for people like you who make it all possible. Here we are. We've made it to the end of our evening. What a great evening together we just had. I want to thank you all for joining us. And I encourage you to join in to support tonight's Night of Hope by giving to Catholic Schools 365. Please spread the word. And remember that tonight's presentation has been recorded so that it will be emailed to you, and you are welcome to forward it to anyone, all of your family, all of your friends. It all goes to supporting our Catholic school students. I'd like to pass it back over to Bishop Olmsted for his final remarks and to give us his final blessing. Bishop Olmsted?
Ryan, thank you. What a terrific evening. To see how God used tonight to bring all of us together from all places to hear a common message of hope in our Catholic schools. I'm so grateful to all of you for joining us tonight. I especially want to give my congratulations to the Diane and Bruce Halle Foundation, Catholic Education Arizona, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, the Virginia G. Piper Charitable Trust, Don and Jane Huizenga family, and Grand Canyon University for being named 2020 Guardian of Hope recipients. Before we close, I hope you will consider being a monthly supporter of our schools with Catholic Education Support 365, as you saw tonight. It helps provide the support needed by students and families throughout the academic year. I'd also like to invite you to send tonight's recording to someone who has been impacted by our Catholic schools. It is important we invite all to have the opportunity to make a difference in our children's lives. 2020 has been a year we will never forget. But in this year, I think all of us were reminded about the many little things that we can take for granted. A handshake, smile, or even a hug. Our students, teachers, families, and all of us have gone through something historic. In all of this, it is Jesus Christ that unites us. It is the cross that triumphs. And it is our hope in Him that we finish 2020 strong in joyful anticipation of the future. Thank you to each and every one of you for listening to God's voice and seeking to do His will. And may Almighty God bless you, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Good night.